middle school. This is my first year at the school, so the first confrontation was James Dar, who was just fussing at me for no reason. And after that, according to the administrator, they were supposed to have handled it, and we went on, and I had a mentor by the name of Donald Yard, who was supposed to be assessing. She had a TDA to come down and show things that she was going to assist in doing better in the P department. She found James Darcy just sitting in his office, letting his kids do weight training and other things. But what started happening is that kids would start reporting out to me, and they reported out to me on my immediate supervisor, who was Richard Gonzalez. And because they reported out, I think it caused a hostile environment. My principal said that I did a harassment case on him, but maybe she did it after I reported out. But I didn't. I think James Dar dodged that harassment case, and it shouldn't have been.
Who is James Dar?
James Dar is my. He's the department chair, what we call department chair. I just think from the day that he fussed at me, and even though he came and he was just apologetic, he was behind the scene creating hostile situations for me.
So what would you say that would be the solution to this problem?
I think resolution should be, we should make a hard statement that they need to leave me alone. They need to back off. Finally have a female at Westboro High School. Westboro hadn't had a female coach in a while. There was one, and she left by her own choice, so I hear. But I'm the coach there. Me and the kids get along great. I follow my leaders now that I have Wendell and Moto as my leader, and they understand a little better of what was going on with me. They're trying to assess it, but it's got to a point where I've gotten sick. You know what I mean? I've been having headaches, chest pain. I don't want to have a stroke. Numbness in my left arm, and it's sad. Dizziness. It's just sad that I had to work through those conditions all year, and I didn't want to look like I'm the bad guy, but they constantly made it look like I was the bad guy.
So when do you think this turmoil all came to a head?
Well, like I said before, I was surprised that a department chair, I was a new physical education coach, and August 26th that week, 26, 27, 28, somewhere in that week, again, he fussed me out, and my kids went running right to the leaders of the school to tell them what was going on. Lisa Spencer told my kids he's not going to do that anymore, but yet, my class sat in the gym a little longer than their class. They were getting what they needed. I was always told to go to the back. My kids would go to the back in one section, go through the back doors. Sometimes he'll get on the radio and say, kids leaving the front, Bentley's kids leaving the front. And I'm like, so he was running me crazy from the front, back, go get the doors from the girls' locker room in the back, running back. There was a sub, she witnessed as well, and she told me that she would testify on my behalf, because she said, what else do they want? They're running you crazy. I said, I know, I don't know when to go to the front door, back door, but he was letting my kids go to the front door, while his girls could go to the front door. So they were, just accusing me on the radio and calling me out. So it got so bad on the radio until the principal got on the radio and said, who class is this? And I was like, well, when you're working in an environment with two other male coaches, you got to have their assistants to hold the kids in the locker room, because I had 64 boys sometimes in one class, and sometimes there'd be only one girl down there, doing in the physical education department. And the only time I had the most girls is during my Hope classes, which was first and third period. So again, I wasn't always in the classroom. I had team sports, I had basketball class, and my basketball guys were doing great in the class, and then they converted the basketball class with over 54, 60 kids in there to individual and dual sports. And then they kept telling me I have equipment, tennis equipment, racquetball equipment. I go in there and I took pictures of the equipment that I have, because I didn't have the proper equipment to teach 50 kids in a physical education, 50 to 60 something kids in a physical education class. So it's always like an insult. Even with the racquetball, I told them I wouldn't even put those racket heads in my kids' hand, because it caused splinters or caused them to get hurt.
So you
my balls and do all that, and the rules in the department was only for me. It wasn't for the other coach, because we were told, okay, you can't have but basketballs in the gym. Then the other coach would have basketball, volleyball, all kind of balls. You know, I was professionally raised up in catch PE, catch physical education by the state. So I knew how to do grids and bring in 4 different sports in the gym with grids, and the kids liked that stuff. So when I was there and I organized, when they play basketball, they could play volleyball in the gym at the same time, or they could play soccer, football, and they could play basketball as well. But it was always organized, you know. So it was some rules that was set and guidelines that was set that was only for me and the other coach. When I was in there with him, he brought whatever he wanted.
So, with this video, how do you think the USA Common Law Office can be able to help you with coming to some type of solution to the problem that you're dealing with at the present time?
Well, I think you can help me with Title IX. It's equity among women. Now, women are now very vocal in men societies and jobs, physical education, coaching. You know, I'm well qualified, and I think I'm overqualified in my area at physical education teacher. And I was told that I applied for the head coach for the girls basketball team, and I was told that you can apply for assistant, but I didn't even get looked at. It was almost like, we'll put your name at the back burner, and the coaches don't even work at the school. And I thought there was a law saying that if a coach works at the school, they get the first priority. But I was just kind of like ostracized and not included in anything. And so I think you all could help me by reinforcing Title IX laws, affirmative action laws, of course, because I was a black female and working with 2 white male coaches in that area, and I was treated unjustly and unfairly.
So you're telling me that within your establishment at your school, you're the only female there, but yet they're going to bring in another female to be a head coach? Well,
I'm hearing, these are rumors. I was hearing they're gonna hire another man, and then I heard from a coaching perspective, they were gonna bring in another female who went to the school, but she was gonna be assistant coach. I'm not sure how that's playing out.
So right now, if you weren't there, the male coaches would be handling all the females?
Yes, and that's what they've been doing according to my knowledge and what they're telling me for 6 years.
And the principal has let this take place? So there's no real female supervision when the females need to have physical education?
Yes, sir. That's exactly right. And so what I was telling them, that could bring some harm to a girl, and it could cause them a lawsuit. We need to make sure that if a little girl's in that locker room alone, that there's a female with them. And a lot of times they were trying to use, you know, the security guard, but the principal said that's not their job, because the APs had went on and said, okay, we'll get a little map and we'll bring in, try to get some type of female assistance when I brought it to their attention. But again, instead of them saying, you know what, Coach Bentley is bringing to our attention some things that could cause a major lawsuit, because it's not fair for little girls to be in locker rooms with all men. You know, I was even told secretly that the principal prior to that hired a detective to watch one of the coaches, because so many little girls complained. But my thing is that the kids had a voice with me. If the kids complained, I told my principal. I had to let my principal know that this exists. You know, she gave me a mentor. I voiced a lot of things that the kids were telling me and to my mentors, and you know, hoping for some resolve. But in the end, again, I was the one punished for doing. I think I did my job and I did it well, and I don't see why I was the one punished by being put on a PDP plan and given 90 days.
What does PDP stand for?
It's supposed to be a personal development plan, saying that these are some guidelines that I want you to meet, and I want to see it in your classroom. And if you don't meet it and keep the standard up without our support, we'll give you the support, but if you don't keep the standard up without our support, then we're gonna relieve you in 90 days. And I'm looking like, okay, these standards are on my board. I was implementing these standards already in my classroom, but they said I wasn't.
Are the other teachers that are within the
to teaching physical education. And I knew a lot because, again, at Crystal Lake Middle School, my principals, I went to all the training programs. I was trained with the test coordinators to administer, proctor tests. I did whatever they asked me to do. And so she trained me on a very high sophisticated level. So when I went over there, I was an access to them and to the school, even though that they're probably the first, you know, probably one of the wealthy and the newest schools in Broward County, but I still was an access, and I shouldn't have been brought down like I was nobody and nothing.
So with your doctorate degree that you earned, you actually should be the department head and supervising the other athletic directors.
Well, I do have expertise in department head. I actually was department chair at Rickards High School. It's up to the department who they want to choose and principal and all, you know, like that.
So it's not based on qualification?
No, it's not necessarily based on qualification. It's based on who the principal wants to be the department chair.
So it's more or less like a favoritism type thing.
Well,
you don't know if they're related or not.
Well, I don't know, but I know it's very political. And you know, in many cases, I had 12 workers' comps coming from Crystal Lake Middle School. When I write a referral, no one pays attention. I was telling you about the little kid who pulled out a pipe and grabbed me and smoked it, and he got one day home. He's in a drug rehabilitation program, but it was almost like that was a joke. You know what I mean?
Is that at the school where you are now?
Yes. And so, you know, just things occurred, and it's like, just if we get the team together, if I write a referral, you respect me as a teacher, and things are done just like every other teacher, and there's no partiality, no favoritism, and no, you know, discredit me like I'm not who I am.
Who's the superintendent and the principal of your school, or the area supervisor?
Well, I'm not sure the area supervisor, but I did call them the BT area supervisors, which is Iris. She's over the area, so she's been watching me. I did report the details of the harassment from the beginning of school to her until maybe a couple of months ago. And she knew that they were going to put me on a plan, you know, because she was trying to do everything she could in her power to stop me from putting me on a plan. But she figured with all the love she saw what the kids had for me and the support I had from the staff, she figured, oh, you're going to beat this plan because them kids love you and they fighting for you, you know, because the kids they were fighting for me. So she figured, oh, Bentley, you're going to beat the plan. You'll be fine. Just go through the plan and come back, you know. But like I said again, you know, it all came down to my health. I just couldn't. I had a few more days this week, and it just, you know, kids love saying bye, we love you, coach, you know. And they knew I didn't deserve it because the kids say, Coach Bentley, we never been in the classroom for 6 years, and you brought things, and you taught us properly, and we cannot believe that they try to hurt you. And they, you know, the kids noticed, and that what broke my heart. It got so bad that my kids had to go and report out and feel like they had to save me, and then you say don't let the kids get involved, and I'm like, I didn't bring them involved. This is what they're saying. This is what they noticed. And that was a painful thing.
So your last day at work, approximately what time did you leave and where did you go?
I left that was June 2nd, and I left at approximately 11:30, and I went straight to my doctor's office. And you know, I was telling her that I didn't feel good. She diagnosed me with stress and anxiety. I'm going to see a specialist on Monday as well to talk. And of course I told her my story, and every time I tell my story, people are in disbelief because they know me. I work past my call of duty as a teacher. I love my job, you know, I love the kids, and I really get into it. My kids were even making, I took the book Personal Fitness, and it's a personal matter. My kids even designed their own websites based on them. It's a personal matter. And it was about them eating healthy and all that kind of stuff. And you know, my principal shut it down. They shut it down without me even saying anything after it was approved by the department chair.
So it was approved and then the principal shut it down.
Yes.
Well, why did the principal shut it down?
She said that the kids were Facebook and I said, you got to see my kids' projects, you know, because I was excited about putting them on Wittingly, and they get their own free website, and you know, and I did projects in my class. So again, I taught them like they were in another class. So because in physical education, they were not used to being taught, you know, and so again, they shut down the website. Everything was being shut down, but I think it was being shut down because a little boy, a couple of little boys, one by the name of Matthew Hernandez, came to me, and he told me something about one of my APs, my AP. This AP was Richard Gonzalez. He told me that he was the highest drug lord in the game, and the little boy told me that he had big people like judges and people gonna get him off because he was on. He was up for death row. Now they say this kid his credibility is not good, but he was just sharing to me about all the gangs and all this drug selling that he did and how he could make the school a bad school by bringing all these people who sell drugs into my school. You know, so I was concerned. So I went to the principal. I let the principal know what this kid told me. Then I had another kid run to me for life, Ethan Ford. He ran to me for his life, like, Coach Bentley, this kid has all his drugs in the car. He told me the kid's name and everything, and then the other kid said, no, I'm not gonna kill him, I'm not gonna hurt the kid. But I reported this stuff, and that's when my evaluation started going low, because all I could hear is good stories. They all love me, they all like me. Even Donald Yard told me, oh, they like you, they want to keep you. You know, then all of a sudden when I reported all that serious stuff out, I'm like, I'm not saying people selling dope on your camp. I'm letting you know that this is happening, and these kids are telling me this, you know. And so after that, that's when I got railroaded. I got treated bad, and I'm so surprised that I would be on the PDP. I'm surprised of everything that has happened so far. I had people come and evaluate me in my classroom without even a notice, and I didn't even know who they were. It happened twice. I was like, okay, it's not my principal, it's not my AP, it's not my department chair. Who are these people just coming in my class? I didn't even know, but I think the district sent people out because they said that my scores were low. And I didn't even know that was the Marzano process.